Good afternoon. So, that mirror in the background, you think it's photons. You think photons are traveling from the sun at 299,792,458 meters per second. And they're bouncing off of that mirror and headed straight to the camera and mysteriously bouncing into your retinas. I'm telling you, that is wrong. What you have right there, you're seeing a reflection of the sun in real time that is bouncing onto that mirror. And that light is coming from that mirror there. Right? You're seeing a reflection. You're seeing the sun's reflection. And that reflection is coming from this mirror. You can't see this because of the angle like that. There we go. And this reflection is coming from that mirror. And that reflection is coming directly from the sun. See that sun right there? Nothing is coming towards us at 299,792 kilometers per second. We are seeing the star where it is. It's purely a reflection bouncing onto there, to there, to there, bouncing over to that mirror, and then it's making its way here. No photons involved. What we have is a reflection, the same as that reflection of us. We don't wait for anything to come to us, to our retinas. We see it where it is. We are seeing that where it is. Hi. Hello, photons. There are no photons. That grass is green. There are no photons. We're seeing the sun where it is. You don't wait for anything to come to us. Our eyesight sees things where they are. We're not restricted. The only thing restricting is Mickey Mouse science. And another very obvious sign of no photon is the methods that have been claimed to have measured this. Galileo, 1638. Listen, do you really think Galileo was that thick that he had to ask an assistant to go up a hilltop as he climbed another hilltop 2 to 3 kilometers away from his assistant in the middle of the night with no timekeeping devices, no way to communicate to each other, but he was going to time the light. When his assistant went like that, he would see the light and he was then going to return the favor by, I can't even say this, people, it's child stuff. It didn't happen. How about Roma? No timekeeping devices. 1675, 200 years before electricity. How on earth would he have observed Io coming out from behind Jupiter and seen a light delay? I say this because there's no light delay in our solar eclipses, which is the biggest smoking gun there is in all of this. But people are finding reasons. You're finding a delay somewhere in between the sun, the moon, the moon's shadow and the sweet spot on planet Earth. How on earth can anybody find a delay of 8 minutes and 20 seconds in what is clearly absolute light? It's insane. You are finding stuff that does not exist, same as the photon. What about Bradley and his stellar aberration? He was able to work out the speed of light in 1728 just by going like that. Ah, that position of the stars has probably moved, right? And because I know how fast Earth is orbiting the sun, I can work out the speed of light. Really? And then we have the last one, Fitzo. In 1849, 30 years before electricity, he was spinning. A toothed wheel has 100 teeth on it. This wheel was spinning hundreds of times per second. They don't tell you how many hundreds, just, hundreds of times per second. Hundreds of times per second. Can you hear? Hundreds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, but all in 1 second. And he bounced a beam of light through one wheel as it was spinning hundreds of times per second. That is 100, let's say it was 100 times per second. There are 100 teeth on that wheel. In 1 second, that's 100 times 100. That's 10,000 teeth per second. 10,000 teeth per second. He managed, 30 years before electricity, to feed a beam of light through all of those teeth, 10,000 of them. That's if it was spinning 100 times the minimum, but they say hundreds of times per second. He bounced a beam of light through the spinning wheel, bounced it off of a mirror over 5 miles away. It returned and slipped through the same tooth. Now, the lack of common sense. Only a lack of common sense would believe these absurdities. It's like Twilight Zone stuff. These are the kind of stories that children are told, and some of them wouldn't fall for it. Yet here we have a blanket across adults, and you're believing that nonsense to be true. All it means is you have no critical thinking abilities whatsoever, because to believe those things happened, it's purely a lack of common sense. You know why science said to you, doesn't care about your common sense, because if you had common sense, you'd be much like me, and you would know that all of those are absurdities, therefore fully understanding that the photon doesn't exist and that the speed of light is absolute. The end. Okay? I'm saving myself for the nighttime one tonight, so that is all I'll do right now. But seriously, it's a reflection. We are seeing the sun where it is. It is not coming to us. All right, peeps. See you after. Have a great Monday.